Welcome back. The topic for discussion for today is discipline. Do's and don'ts. We're going to go over don'ts. And I have several examples. Like one time I was at the mall and a father went to like this to his son. To his face. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want more? Or beating your kid up with a stick. Or slapping them with your arm like this. Or on their leg or on their behind. And then taking off your hand and seeing a red stamp on there of your hand. Or pulling their hair, yanking their hair out. This is by no means funny. Or pinching them. Let's imagine that I'm the kid here, and these are the arms of my parents. Jimmy, you're gonna listen to me now, or else I'm gonna grab your other cheek. Those are not right forms of discipline. Stop that, parents. You know better than that. Or kicking them. Those are not right forms of discipline. Those are the way to get the Child Protective Agency in your corner. The right forms of discipline are the following. Taking away activities that they love to do. Kids in particular don't like. But they might have like a novel, like about a serpent or some type of a book, comic books, take those books away from them. A TV show they like. Jimmy, you're not watching that show. Stop acting up. You're not going to watch that show until you stop acting up. Or giving them time out, 3 minutes in the chair. And by the way, when you give this type of, disciplinary action to them, telling them, you can't watch this favorite TV show, you have to give an explanation. Jimmy, I'm not going to let you watch your favorite TV show. And it's because you've been acting in a negative manner. You've been acting badly, rudely. Here's another way to not discipline your kid. Have them do whatever they want. And try to let's pretend like I'm a kid. Mommy, come here! And then you tell them, yeah, I'm coming. Or just not saying anything at all. All of these are not form of discipline. In fact, that way, when you act that way in front of your kid and you do nothing, or you tell them, I'm coming, that shows them that they're the boss. And they are not the boss. If they're 5 or 6, or even when they turn 18. There's right and wrong ways to discipline your kids. So, yanking your kid from the air like this is not a form of discipline. Or pulling their hair out or kicking them. Wrong ways of disciplining your kids. And these may look funny, but they're serious matters and they come with serious consequences. Such as sending your kids to drugs, gangs, abusive and toxic relationships. Where let's say they're married, they accept abuse from their husbands, and then they abuse their kids thinking that, you know, my parents abused me, so it must be right. Stay away from those kind of abuses with your kids. Or in serious matters, what I've seen, this is like extremely sad, and I've seen it happen. I know someone who was beaten by his father as a kid. His father would just throw things at him, hammers, pots and pans. This is not funny. And this kid grew up, he's 39 years old now. He lives in depression, isolation. He's afraid of people. And he's faced with a condition that he needs to control medication. They've diagnosed him with schizophrenia. Parents out there, this is not funny. Please, discipline your kids the right way. Don't teach them to be afraid of you. And also, you could also discipline them by being firm with your voice. You have a voice where you're playing with them and you're like this, like me, this tone. And then where you raise your voice, son, Jimmy, you know the program, I'm not funny right now. We're not playing at the playground. And be firm and consistent with disciplining them. Take away their activities, like I said before. Be firm in your voice when you do it. Give them the 3-minute timeout. But do not raise your hand on them by yanking their hair, beating their arms, beating their hands to the black and blue, where you get a stamp. Do not use any force. If you feel that you have to use force, then you need to go take anger management courses, or you shouldn't have kids at all. Because these kids are blessings. Some people can't even have kids. So please, when you have kids, take care of them, nurture them, and raise them to be the best possible citizens in our society. One other thing you don't do when you discipline a kid is you don't beat them and feel guilty about it and tell them, hey, Jimmy, I have the train set that you've been wanting. Why? Because then they start to associate being bad with getting what they want. And that's how they're going to behave. You don't want them acting that way, acting bad so they can get what they want on purpose. You're teaching them, you're giving them the wrong message. And let your kids, let's not forget this one, let your kids know that you love them. When they do good, reward them. And give them a hug, showing that you love them. Because and tell them that you love them. Because they need to know that you love them. That's so important. I wanted to add that in there because it's so very crucial. Love your kid today.